Hi, this is Elvira from Scrappy Maniac, and today I'm going to show you how to create your own background paper using the embossing resist technique. And earlier I showed you how to create different glimmer mist, and this is one of the glimmer mist that I created, and I used that to make this paper. So let me show you how I got started, how this started. The first thing you're going to do is you need to get a stamp, and you're going to stamp the background. I'm going to use this stamp, Happy Hearts from Stampin' Up, and I'm going to pick a couple of hearts, maybe 3 hearts. Then I'm going to use some embossing powder, and this is the tinted emboss. And I like to use tinted, that way I can see where I stamped. And I'm going to make sure it's covered. And I'm going to start stamping. First stamp with your first stamp. And use a triangle. Kind of, you want to stamp it at a triangle. It looks more random than if you try stamping it in a row. And then stamp off the grid too, off the paper, like so. Okay, so then I'm going to take my next heart, and I'm going to stamp randomly. Let's see there. And then off the page, and then I'm going to take my small little heart and I'm going to stamp in between some of the areas that I have my mist. And that's why I like to use the tincture embossing, because then I can see how it's starting to look. Okay, so I'm done with my stamping. Now I'm going to take my embossing powder, and I'm using Stampin' Up! White Winter embossing powder. And I'm going to start putting it on my cardstock, like so. Okay. And just wiggle it around. And look at areas that you might have missed. Missed this area here. So go all around. And then tap off the excess. I missed some here. Okay. Now let me go ahead and put my embossing powder back. If you haven't seen from other videos, I use pre-cut wax paper in order to use it for my glitter or my embossing powders. Prefer to use that than a regular embossing tray. Okay. Okay, I'm going to put this aside. Now I'm going to heat emboss my paper. Okay, so I'm done with embossing. Now I'm going to go ahead and spritz my paper. So this is the color I'm using. So go ahead and saturate your paper. You can go ahead at this point layer some other, if you want to layer some other colors on it, you can, while it's still wet. And then take a, either a tissue paper or even a wipe. I'm using a wipes. And go ahead and take out the excess. Now I'm ready to use my heat gun, and I'm going to heat up the paper. Okay, and there you have it. This is how you create your own background paper. And for your scrapbooks. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Come back to see me for some more. Bye.